Since the dawn of time, there have always been stories of mythical beasts to frighten us, terrify small children, and make us wonder, is there something magical in this world?
Nerd is the new sexy.
Hello, this is Gambit. With me tonight, as always, is...
Wildfire One!
And also...
A sick Grizzly McBee. What's up, y'all?
This is episode 74. What is the topic?
Mythical creatures, I would believe.
Big feet.
Big
we're
clitoris.
talking about creatures. Okay.
Big feet.
But before we start that, let's touch base on, the giveaway. Let's talk about the giveaway for a second or two. Yeah.
Hey, is there a counter for how many people have actually signed up?
Yeah, I can let me check that out.
Yeah.
122 subscriptions.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot of chances to win an SNES Classic there.
122.
Let's just
So that's good.
in 24 hours.
It's fucking great.
Yes. And
I know I personally really appreciate it. I remember starting way back in episode 17, and I'm a personal
15.
Huge fan. 15. I'm sorry, episode 15. And I'm a huge fan of podcasts in general. I'm that guy who listens to podcasts more than I listen to anything else. So I was very excited to do it, but I'm a very realistic podcast listener, and I know that realistically, there's not a lot of people in a podcast. So the fact that we got 200 people, and then the page is supposed to be really fun. The Facebook page, I always like throwing things up there. I encourage all you guys to do the same. So like I said, big shout outs to all you guys. This is all you guys, so That's why you guys get it. One of you lucky sons of bitches is going to get a NES Classic. Not that I'm jealous or nothing. I just kind of hate your face.
An SNES Classic.
That's what I said, an SNES Classic. I
thought
mumbled.
you said NES. Yeah, you mumbled. You fuck.
It's kind of what I do.
So yeah, we wanted to thank everyone, and there'll be a thank you video out for the YouTube here shortly once we get everything in order. Lots of big things coming. Since Christmas is right around the corner, you'll definitely have a Christmas episode here. So yeah, we got a few more things coming. Because this is December, so be sure to keep an eye on the YouTube page, all the beautiful social media. Without further ado, gentlemen, let's get into the topic.
Today we're talking about mythical beasts. So mythical beasts, man, what are mythical beasts? Where do they come from? And where do they show up in nerd life? Well, fucking simple answer to that is fucking every goddamn where.
Everywhere.
Every fucking where.
Pen and paper games, video games.
No,
in our imagination,
tabletop games, paper games, RPGs, video games, comic
masturbation,
books, movies, TV shows. Oh my god, they're all over masturbation now.
Yeah.
Anyways, there is literally 1,001. So we're not going to sit here. So tonight on the podcast, we're not going to sit here and debate every single last individual one because that's a lot. We're just going to name some good ones. Maybe get stuck on a few. The popular ones. I am telling you right now, I have no interest in talking about fucking vampires.
Blah blah.
But I will say this. I will say this about vampires. I will say this one thing. If you sparkle, you are not a fucking vampire.
Agreed. If you're sparkle, you're.
If you want to get politically correct, it could be.
You better not in any way agree that vampires sparkle. Otherwise, I'm gonna fist fuck you.
What if he wants to be just fabulous?
I guess a homosexual vampire can be a thing.
It's 2017. Anything's possible.
But they can't go out in the sunlight.
Let's fight. We're on this topic. So honestly, gay vampires, is it possible? Yes, it's completely possible. As a matter of fact, the first show that I ever really saw delve into that topic, honestly, was fucking True Blood. Yeah. True Blood talked about that you are your sexuality from whatever you are when you fucking get made. And some people's sexuality...
There were hella gay vampires in that show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hella gay vampires. And I mean, it just makes perfect sense, Now, True Blood, again, was one of the only shows that actually showed that vampires like to do other things than just suck blood, because most of the vampires, let's say my favorite vampires in the whole world, written by the wonderful Miss Anne Rice, they talk about gay vampires, though.
Yes.
The homosexual undertones in that book were just thick. You could cut the homosexual with a freaking sparkly knife.
Yeah.
But that being said, though, when you are a vampire, your inhibitions go away from your normal life. You don't really care so much anymore. But you are what you were in life. So I mean, if you're gay, you're gay. If you're straight, you're fucking straight. Like it's not like, oh, I'm a vampire, suddenly I have to be fucking straight. No, that's not the way it works. If you are a vampire, you are what you are. And if
Your
you're a child, you're a
preferences
child.
don't change because you turned into a vampire. Maybe a zombie.
Exactly, and that's actually why I brought up Anne Rice, because if you're a child, and that's why in the Anne Rice books is one of the only ones that talk about it. You don't turn children because children stay children, and that's the problem, and that's a big problem in the vampire world. They never grow up. Their mind gets older to where they know they're ever going to be a child, but they still struggle with it.
But
And then
that
on
was a
top of
good
that, they
book.
really can't fit in. Oh, dude, the Anne Rice books are fucking amazing.
Yeah,
all of them,
I
which
read a
goes
few
into
of
great
them.
mythical creatures. Now, vampires aside, I mean, that's really all I want to get into. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I don't like vampires, because vampires have their place. But honestly, there's so much lore with vampires that you could.
Well, it's
spend
changed.
the entire.
It's changed so much. Like throughout the years, it's changed almost ridiculously. And I think the biggest, and what you went into is the biggest ridiculous change for vampires was the sparkly vampire in the daytime.
Well, okay, so there was this thing that I started seeing happening, and I don't know exactly when it happened. I don't want to say it was Twilight. I really want to say it was Anne Rice, but there was this sudden shift, and not just with vampires, but with a lot of scary mythological creatures, where suddenly they weren't scary anymore. They wanted to be sexy, sexy
like that
vampire.
Warm Bodies movie.
Yeah, sexy zombies, sexy werewolf, sexy vampire. It's like, no, not everything has to be fucking sexy. The point of a vampire the point of a vampire has always been that the fact that he looks human and will seduce you and bring you into his home, and that's at your most vulnerable, and you just want to dick down this vampire. That's when they kill you. They bite you and they kill you, and they show you what kind of true animal they really are. And really, when you get into the lore of vampires, that's a fascinating subject to really play out. That a vampire doesn't show you the evil that's inside him until you're at your most weak and most vulnerable. And when you're truly giving yourself to that vampire, that's when the devil comes out. That is I just kind of stumbled onto a fascinating topic that I wasn't really trying to get
Continue, because you just totally...
Would you like to continue with this life lesson that you learned on accident?
This revelation that you come up with.
I mean,
to us how you came upon this sexual deviant vampire.
Well, no, that's how vampires have always been portrayed. So in American culture, the very first vampire. Wow, I spent way too much time on this than I wanted to. But the very first vampire in American culture was that old because it was the old black and white movie, the old Nosferatu.
Well, that wasn't in American culture. Wasn't the first vampire, but that's the first vampire that we saw on the
movie.
On the screen,
right,
the silver screen.
First movie.
But Nosferatu was the movie, yeah.
Yes, so those came out, and then the resurgency came where the books and the lore started becoming they're creatures of the night, they're immortal, they're eternal, and whatever, and because they're immortal, they look pretty forever, or beautiful and young if they got turned while they were young, which actually does make more sense, because if you really think about human history, the average age of most people up until about 1900, the average age of people was 40 years old. So you would never really see an old vampire. That's why I think you never saw an old vampire. Going back to what I was saying though, vampires always have to be good looking and beautiful and charming and can charm your socks off. And then when you least expect it, when your guard is down, when you're loving, when something good should happen to you, that's when they turn into what they truly are, and they just murder the fuck out of you. Like they just bite your femoral artery, your femoral artery, your whatever vein, your jugular, whatever vein they can get into, and they just rip you apart, and they bathe in your blood. They're the most satanic creature that you could ever really get to, which goes into religious philosophy when you get into vampires. But no, that's a very thing is like, should vampires I feel like always represent the beauty or the danger of youth and beauty. Well, it comes with being a fucking blood-sucking, soulless dick eater. I don't know, that was a hell of a revelation. I'm sorry, I started ranting on that, and I just got really I got a little lightheaded from that revelation.
I'm a little lightheaded too. But that's a good touch up on vampires. It's a good start. Vampires, because they're a big part of mythical creatures, a big part of mythical creatures, and they've kind of changed throughout the years. I'm glad. And going back to the sparkly vampire thing, I'm kind of glad that's not a thing anymore.
Oh no, that's what I was talking about though. Sorry, you got me back on track. So this idea of sexy vampires. Now the thing about it is, and I remember the day that it actually happened. I remember the first time I personally experienced it. Now I don't know, and I don't want to misrepresent what I'm going to say, so please don't quote me on this. But I do remember the first time I personally saw it, and that was not only sexy vampire, not only is that whole he's brooding and sexy, and I want to date him, but then he's got a soul. He's not evil, and he doesn't want to bite me. The first time I saw that, Buffy.
Yes,
The movie or the series?
The series.
the series.
So the better one. Yeah, I see that. Buffy was interesting.
Because it was Angel. It was all about Angel. Angel, and again, the story of Angel is that he actually got his soul back. So the idea in the Buffy version of vampires is that when you die, when you get bit, your memories and your feelings are there, but your soul, your literal soul goes to hell, and then that's why you do all these evil acts. And that's why you're much more sadistic when you come out. Well, Angel got cursed, and he got his soul back, so he was actually human with all the abilities of a vampire. And then, the immortality and all that stuff. So, but he didn't want to drink blood anymore. He didn't want to hurt people. He was literally just kind of a pussy-ass vampire, which really bothered the fuck out of me.
Well, since you started with vampires, Grizzly, why don't you chime in and tell us about another mythical creature that comes to mind?
Being from somebody who is a nerd but grew up in the hills, grew up in the forest, grew up in nature, the biggest one that comes to mind for me is Bigfoot. He's seen all over the world and has many different names. The Abominable Snowman, the Yeti, which it falls into the Bigfoot family, but is supposedly like 4 foot tall, depending on, what myth you're going off of. But Bigfoot, seen, and there's stories about Bigfoot all over the world.
I would say Bigfoot's more cryptozoology than something like a mythical creature, though. Mythical would be like from literal myths, but I guess it does fall into that as well.
But cryptozoology, yeah, but mythical in the fact that nobody's ever found a body of a Bigfoot.
No, yeah, I think you can even say
Yeti.
You can even say it's our modern day mythical creature. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's just like another mythical creature that can be explained is. The Loch Ness Monster.
NITNSE.
Again, falls into the...
Oh, man, I got so into NITNSE myth. I got so into the NITNSE myth.
Well, what can you tell us about the NITNSE myth, Gambit?
Well, okay, so the Loch Ness Monster is because, and why they call it NITNSE, the Loch Ness is actually in Scotland. It is a lake that actually runs... The loch that runs into the actual ocean. Actually, so it has a channel or a funnel that goes into the ocean. That being said, they believe that its mating grounds or its most comfortable spot is the Loch Ness, and then it swims out into sea. And they actually believe that some scientific studies believe that it's a dinosaur from the Paleolithic era. So yeah, so the Nessie, that might be its mating ground. And why we don't see it very often is because it can live in the ocean without surfacing for a very long time. It's just a very fascinating. Now, if you want to go with things that could possibly exist like Nessie, because Nessie is a very big possibility, because the thing about the ocean is we don't know what's in the ocean. There's 80% of the ocean is still unexplored. Yep. Something like that. I think it might be lower. But I guess
there's a lot of the ocean that we don't know about because we can't go that deep.
And one of the things that everybody thought was a mythical creature that turned out to be true was the freaking giant squid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, whether that be a kraken or not is another entirely different thing. But
release the kraken.
The kraken. But it's in the same realm of possibilities. The kraken versus a giant squid is basically the same thing. Now, but so I like the idea of Nessie. There's something about the idea of it. It just makes me really happy because of the idea that anything's possible, and then it just reaffirms the fact that god damn, is that ocean big.
Yeah.
It's like, goddamn, nature, you scary as a motherfucker. And I don't know. I don't swim in the ocean. That's a rule of mine.
I think what it does is it makes us feel like we're not as small as we actually are. We actually are. The Earth is pretty much a speck in space, and when you come to that realization, it's kind of scary. We feel you're minute. Once you think about there's still unexplored stuff on Earth, that kind of makes it interesting,
Yeah, that is very true, and that goes in with. One of my favorite, the one animal that I got very into all the time was dragons. There are so many different classifications of dragons. And now it's easier. Yes, it is easier. And if I don't want to be a super nerd, it's just easier to lump them all together because I have a Chinese dragon tattooed on my arm. But I love dragons. Dragons always fascinate me too, especially when I was a kid. And who remembers Dragonheart?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
With Sean Connery as a dragon? Oh, who didn't want Sean Connery as a pet dragon? Come on, sign me up all day.
I would ride that motherfucker.
Said every girl ever.
Well, now he's too old for that shit.
I mean, Viagra, man. So yeah, dragons were another one. Dragons were another huge mythical creature for me that I just got really ridiculously into. Probably almost more than I needed to get into.
Well, it's easy to get into dragons. It really is.
It really is. It really fucking is to get really easy into dragons.
And that would also explain your Nessie fetish.
Which is basically a fucking dragon. Fucking dragons, dude. I can't tell you how much I love fucking dragons, dude.
All wyverns are dragons, but not all dragons are wyverns.
Did you look that shit up?
Into the dragon. Hell yeah, I looked it up. Wyverns fall into the dragon category, but dragons are dragons. They're not wyverns, but wyverns are considered dragons. What about them chupacabras, huh?
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra. That's a good one.
Chupacabra. Now you got to explain that one to me because isn't that like a Mexican frog?
No. Chupacabra is supposedly a naked dog type creature that sucks the blood of its victim. Now,
mostly goats.
Depending on what myth you hear, it is mainly goats. Which, depending on the myth and the region from which you hear it, chupacabras are either there to cleanse the goats of any diseases that they may have as to not infect the human population, or when a goat is attacked by a chupacabra, it means that your family is doomed to death.
So it could be helping you, like Kermit the Frog, or it could be fucking you, like
Kermit the Frog.
Like Kermit the Frog,
like Kermit the Frog, yeah.
What's long and green and smells like pork? Kermit the Frog's finger.
Give me some of that bacon.
It's described as either a small hairless dog, about the size of, I don't know, like a Queensland Heeler, really skinny, no hair, and instead of teeth, it's like 3 fangs, 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and there's only ever 3 puncture marks found, kind of like a vampire, just adding 1.
Huh.
But it's either a small dog-like creature, which is hairless, or a small bear-like creature, which is hairless.
So there's no hair no matter what. Maybe there's
correct.
Maybe there's like an older version and a younger version. That'd be cool.
I mean, anything's possible.
With mythical creatures, anything's possible.
No, see, there's another one on the list that is a part of this mythical creature list that a few years back they actually found a skeleton of, and that would be the Cyclops.
What?
Yeah,
what?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find the article. It was
Greek mythology for the win.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. I saw that and was like, yes, please.
What's next, Medusa?
Well, there are saying that there is a possibility of a Hydra living in South America.
Well, Hydra's a little different. That's a, multi-headed snake, but that's fucking cool.
That's another one. A fucking Hydra? That's another fucking dope ass
multi-headed serpent that if you cut one head off, 2 grow in each place. Yeah, you knew where I was going.
Oh, I knew exactly where you were going. Will you stop the head slicing thing? Straight from Hercules, man.
Yeah.
You gotta love Disney movies, man, because Hercules did the Hydra so fucking great. And I just love his reaction to, would you stop the head slicing thing? Such a good fucking line. But no, it's the Hydra has always been really badass. That kind of goes in with the Kraken too, because you got those mythical snake beasts.
Yeah, what if a Kraken and a Hydra fought?
I gotta give it. Ooh, shit! I gotta give it. I gotta give it to the Hydra. Well, no, because the Kraken could squeeze it to death and it wouldn't cut off its head. So, that's a tough one. I gotta give it to the Kraken almost.
What
you guys gotta weigh in on that for us in the comments, guys. Weigh in on who would win in the between Kraken and a Hydra. Weigh in on that for us, guys. Give us your nerd insight. Release the Kraken.
So the skull that has 1 eye hole, it's a very large skull, was discovered in early 2003 and was actually shown on the American History Channel. In 2015.
Now, my question is this, Griz. Are we 100% sure this was not an inbred baby?
Are we sure that wasn't an inbred baby?
With a skull bigger than yours? I mean, sure. Well, I want to know what vagina the skull the size of my torso came out of.
Not one that I'd want to be anywhere near, because it would eat us.
No kidding.
Enough said.
I don't know. Like that's cool as fuck. Now, one I've always thought it was really cool because I was big lover of Greek mythology, as I've said in past podcasts, is of course Medusa.
Medusa. Very fascinating.
Yes.
Very fascinating.
Story alone behind her and all that. But you got, anyone that looks at you, just glance at you and turn you into stone. That's a fucked up thought. And I mean, that's the question is this: do you die Or are you just
turn
forever
into stone.
stuck in stone?
Didn't the story go? No, yeah, no. You're dead. I think you're forever stuck in stone because I don't think there's any way to break the Medusa's curse. Once you're in it, you're in it. I think Perseus actually killed Medusa. Wasn't she supposed to be really pretty, and the gods punished her because of her vanity?
I want to say
God punished her because
she was prettier than Aphrodite.
yeah, she was prettier than Aphrodite, and Aphrodite was jealous because she had Zeus's attention.
And Aphrodite's like, "Fuck you, bitch," and she was still a pretty snake.
She was a gorgeous snake. I would just do that. I would just pull a fucking 50 Shades of Grey, just put a blindfold on it, and just rail that snake.
Well, how do you find the snake pussy hole?
No, you don't have to even worry about the pussy hole. You just get head.
Yeah, but she got fangs and shit.
I mean, a little teeth action never hurt nobody. And then we talk about Greek mythology. Let's not forget the freaking Minotaur.
Oh, the Minotaur.
The Minotaur is an amazing creature, and again, another Greek mythology is really fucked up when you get down to it. But fun fact: the word Cretan actually comes from the Greek mythology and Greek language, but it also comes from the Cretes. The Cretes was an island of Greek, as a Greek city-state, and they were so hated by everybody else that it was an insult to be called a Cretan. On top of that, they were cursed by the gods that the wife of the king was such a promiscuous lady that she fell in love with a bull, having the child of the Minotaur, and that's why it's such an insult to be called a Cretan, because your queens will fuck animals. Bestiality at its finest. And so the Minotaur was then put into the maze, and that's why every Minotaur in every movie is always in a maze. Being called a Cretan just meant nothing more than you come from Crete. That's what, because, I think you guys just leveled up. What's the one that used to scare the living shit out of me?
Gremlins?
No, fucker. Those are not scary. What's wrong with you?
Give them water. Put them in warm water. We'll see what happens.
No, there was actually... well, these are the ones that didn't scare me, and I'll come back to that. But gnomes, they're not scary. They're creepy in the sense of, like, you think that they're going to do naughty things to you at night, like steal your underpants.
Yeah.
That I don't know why this happened, but why do old ladies love putting gnomes in their... I get the mythos, the garden gnomes, yada, 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 this, that, and the other. They're supposed to protect your gnome.
To keep kids away from their house.
No, because I usually just go over there and kick those motherfuckers in the face.
Yeah, and you break them, you come back the next day, and they're still there giving you the bird.
They're like back to normal magically. Like, I just broke that thing, and it's like, fuck you, Gambit. No, I don't understand. Yeah, the need to. Yeah, the gnome mythology is kind of cool. Like, there's several different versions of the gnome mythology, but the one I think you're talking about is, they're protecting or whatnot. Or
I mean, gnomes kind of always lead me right into something that I always kind of like. I don't really associate it with it, but elves. Because the mythical creatures of an elf, it always fascinated me. One, you got the longevity of life, but what kind of elves are you talking about? Because you got the D&D style elves, right, where they can be like normal humans. They're usually really long, lanky, 6 feet tall, yada, 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 pretty, whatever, very androgynous. But you also have those tree elves. And I'm not just talking about the fucking, but you also have short elves, too, like Santa's workshop elves. Mm-hmm. You got the cobbler, the
Keebler elves.
Story? No, not the Keebler, you fucking...
You're so fat.
Yeah, you fat fuck.
Someone had to mention them.
I was thinking it. I just wasn't going to say it.
The elf and the cobbler. The elf that helps him make the shoes and shit.
Yeah.
Dwarves always go together. Dwarves, those mountain-dwelling little fucksticks that don't want to come out in the world, but they're great with metalworking.
Well, dwarves are mostly dwarves are mostly known as blacksmiths in D&D and anything like that.
And jewelers.
Yes.
And jewelers and stuff like that. Yeah,
they
definitely.
Deal with precious gems and shit. Yeah.
Or hella good battlers. You know what I mean? People who fight.
They're just drunk and angry. That's the way I look at them. Well, elves and dwarves are really popular because they're in everything. Like you said, they're in D&D. They're in tabletop games. They're in every video game you ever play. Like, let's not forget that Orlando Bloom was probably one of the sexiest elves ever, and he made 1 million girls' panties wet by playing fucking Legolas.
Yeah.
1 million? Try close to 1 billion. It's like a national hero in China. I mean, if you think about
That's a very weird
place. Think of like every anime after Lord of the Rings, there's always one character that looks just like Legolas.
You have kind of a point. I mean, not all of them.
Wrong.
There's quite a few characters there that long blonde hair and and they're always assholes too.
Orcs are always that's one of those things that orcs. I mean, orcs not just in Lord of the Rings. Orcs are in D&D as well.
Yeah, they're in all sorts of different things. I mean, even in
medieval games. The thing about orcs though is orcs always have to play these bad guys, and it wasn't until Morrowind or the Elder Scrolls games, that you can finally play as an orc as a good guy. He's not, yeah, they're dumb. They're big and they swing a hammer and they're dumb. My orc's name was was usually either Punchy McKickass or Smashy McSmasherton.
Smashy
Well, you want to hear the best orc name ever? And I actually Google searched orc names for a D&D character was Thalkok.
I mean, that sounds terrifying.
Thalkok.
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 The barbarian.
I was like,
Again.
yeah.
Again, that is both terrifying and arousing.
What is your name? They call me Thalkok, the rigid.
Thalkok the stiff.
Trolls. Trolls are a good one.
You know what I liked about Trolls? You guys remember the movie Willow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Trolls really opened my eyes as to the fact that, and I think it was a D&D thing too, but trolls hate fire.
Okay, speaking of the movie Willow, okay, I'm about to blow your mind right now, Wyld, because I know you did not know.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy that played Willow was also in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Who didn't know that?
I did know that.
Who didn't know that?
Yeah, he was
Okay. Well, did you know that in
He's literally the most famous midget.
Yes. So give us the midget fame list, Gambit. I want to hear this.
No, yeah, it literally goes like, what's his name, by the way?
He's not that
Midget's
famous if you
name.
don't remember his name.
He's a fucking great actor.
Yeah.
The fuck is that little bastard's name? So Warwick Davis is literally the most famous. Even if you don't know him by sight, because he does a lot of prosthetics, he is literally Hollywood's go-to midget. When you need a midget, you go to Warwick. That's just the way it works.
And he knows
Anyway,
midgets that'll work for you too.
No. What you need to say is when you need a midget who is a great actor,
Yeah.
you go to him.
Yes. And then after that, you've got the little bastard who plays Tywin Lannister, also known as Peter Dinklage for the win. Love me some Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage is probably might get more famous. The only problem that I have with Peter Dinklage, and I know we're derailing real hard on this, but the only problem that I have with Peter Dinklage at all, Peter Dinklage as an actor refused to take any roles where he was an elf, a dwarf, a leprechaun, and Warwick Davis did not. And he played the Hollywood game. That's why I put him as my number one, because you know what? Look, so the fans know what I look like. I'm a tattooed, long-haired dude. So if a movie came up to me and was like, hey, we need a 6-foot-tall, tattooed, biker-looking motherfucker, you cast me as a role. That's my fucking role. When Hollywood needs a fucking leprechaun, if I was a midget, I'd be like, that role is fucking mine. Anyways, I'm totally derailing. Anyways, so Warwick Davis, Peter Dinklage, Wee Man from Jackass, probably the third most famous, and then Brad Williams. And if you out there do not know who Brad Williams is, he's a stand-up comedian. He's got 2 specials. They are funny. If you want to laugh from beginning to end, you look up Brad Williams Fun Size and Brad Williams Daddy Issues. They are fucking hilarious.
What about the dude who did Mini-Me?
But then I'll put him number 5.
Yeah, okay.
Going back to topic, you know what's another great mythical beast? Fucking griffins.
There's one that Grizzly brought up earlier, and it was interesting, as a unicorn.
Unicorns are very interesting. Unicorn blood is great in Harry Potter, because if you drink from it, you actually have immortality. But the fact that you can't catch a unicorn is also amazing. I just want to know when and why did unicorns A, become so fucking popular in Hollywood, especially to superheroes, and B, why the fuck do they become like sparkly and?
Well, if you think about it, unicorns are supposed to be rare. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be like one of those things they're hard to find. They had that old movie, The Last Unicorn. You guys remember that?
Yeah, that was a good movie way back when.
I want to say the 80s.
Yeah.
Look, the only thing that came out of the 80s was me.
I was born in the 80s too, buddy.
Here's my statement, and here's me standing right by it.
There's a lot of good things that came out of the 80s. Thank you very much.
Yeah, meth.
Drug.
Oh my god.
Well, without meth, you can't see unicorns, so.
Yeah, you can. That's what shrooms are for, and those have been around for a long time.
So, some more mythical creatures, Grizzly.
Ogres.
It's hard to define ogres from trolls and stuff like that, because a lot of D&D or video games just in general kind of make them look the same.
No, that's very true.
I would say that ogres and trolls are related somehow.
In a way, if you want to get technical, ogres are like the deformed cousin of the trolls.
I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of creatures come from Greek mythology, and unfortunately, like I said, I don't know enough about other cultures to know every culture's mythology. The Phoenix.
The Phoenix!
How could I ever forget the Phoenix? The Phoenix is an amazing creature. I mean, a beautiful,
The immortal
fiery
Phoenix.
bird that can that can heal shit, and it dies and it's reborn. It's basically immortal. Now, here's the real question, though: when a phoenix dies and is reborn, do you think it gets all of its memories? And what if a phoenix what if I gave a phoenix a bunch of alcohol and then it died? Would it then have fetal alcohol syndrome?
Good question.
This is what keeps me up at night, people. Take a seat and go crazy with me.
Oh God! But the Phoenix is definitely an interesting one.
So, in Greek mythology and the Talmud, a phoenix is a long-lived bird that is cycling, regenerated, or born again. Associated with the sun, a phoenix obtains new life by arising from the ashes of its predecessor. So, yeah. So that's in theory what I'm talking about. It arises from its predecessor. So that means, is it a new bird or is it the same bird?
Pretty much the same bird reincarnated.
Here's one for you guys: the Sphinx.
Ooh, the Sphinx. I don't know much about that, though.
It's Egyptian.
That's Roman, right?
God damn it, Grizzly. It's like you have to say something stupid for every smart comment you make. Tell us about the Sphinx, Gambit Almighty.
Yes, because Gambit knows all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have a game one of these days to stump Gambit. Ask Gambit a
Gambit
question.
or Google?
See if I can. Well, look. Don't look behind the fucking curtain, dickhole. There is two different types of sphinxes. There is the Egyptian Sphinx. That's the most famous depiction of a sphinx is from the Egyptians. It's the Great Sphinx of Giza. And then there's the Greek Sphinx.
God damn, it goes back to the Greeks.
It really, a lot of these mythical characters do. But here's the funny thing about this: is the riddle, the Greek version is the riddle of the Sphinx. It's the Sphinx that asks you all kinds of questions. It was said in the late lore that Hera and Ares sent the Sphinx to Thebes in Greece, where she asked passerbyers the most famous riddle in history: which creature has one voice and yet becomes 4-footed and 2-footed and 3-footed? Which creature?
Turkey.
No, you dumb fuck, a human.
Turkey. God damn
A
it.
turkey.
It's a turkey.
Turkey.
Gobble, fucking gobble.
Here's a fun one too for the Sphinx. It's actually also from South and Southeast Asia. The Sphinx gets around. So yeah, it's depending on what culture you want to go into. It has different origins and the things about it. North mythology has actually a lot of mythology in it, a lot of creatures. The easiest ones are obviously would be the ice giants, the dwarves, the elves. Those all come from. And matter of fact, in our mythology, so there are 9 realms in the world. We live in Midgard. There is a realm specifically for dwarves. There's a realm for elves. There's a realm for dark elves. There's a realm for ice giants, which are also known as Jotun. And then we also have Valkyries. Valkyries, and that's what drives me crazy. A Valkyrie is nothing more than what would be what a Christian would appear to be an angel. The Valkyries, now their job was to, when you die, they actually come down and actually pick you up from the dead and take you either to your resting place, whether it be Odin's hall, whether it be Freya's hall, whether it be Helheim. So there's Fenrir, the great wolf. He is actually a wolf so big that he will, when Ragnarok happens, he will swallow the earth to the moon. Like, he will open his jaw and literally just swallow everything. We have Jordanmander, who is the sea serpent, so large that he swims around the circle in a constant circle with his tail in his mouth, and that's what creates the tides of the oceans. Ratatoskr is the squirrel who lives in the great tree of the life tree, Yggdrasil.
Yeah. What's your favorite mythical creature?
Oh shit! My favorite mythical creature, the jackalope.
I wish I had something to hit you with, but the jackalope?
The jackalope.
It's for those of you who don't know what a jackalope is. It's literally a rabbit with horns on it.
It's a jackrabbit antelope mix.
That's your favorite. Your all-time favorite.
That's the one.
One of my favorites, yes.
What? Why did you pick the jackalope? Let's hear this.
Rabbit and antelope both taste delicious, and I've always wanted to eat them together.
It's like a turducken.
That's like a turducken. He just wants to eat a turducken. That's all I heard.
It's pretty turkey, so
that's pretty much it. It's a turducken. Okay, well, I guess that was a very interesting take on that. Gambit, what is your favorite?
So for mine always has always been and always will be dragons. I was a '90s kid. Dragons are just something very magical, very elder about them, and then they have a deeper meaning for me as well because I'm a 20-year martial artist. Anyways, point being is the dragon always represents the scholar, the wisdom, as a man who has always been skinny my entire life, and Wyld can contest this. When I was a kid, I was only like 4'9" all the way through high school. It's a very short little shit.
With a big mouth.
With a big mouth, with a very big mouth. Like Deadpool without the fighting skills back then. I have 2 dragons tattooed on me on both arms. I have one blue dragon that I may or may not show you in the next video that I make, and another one on the inside of my arm ripping out of me because I'm a true 90s person. And back in the 90s, you couldn't get a tattoo without it ripping out of your skin. I want a shark ripping out of my skin. I was that douchebag who was like, I need a dragon ripping out of me to symbolize the inner rage of my teenage angstiness. God, I was a douchebag.
Even though I'm 26.
Even though I'm 20. No, I got it when I was 18.
Mine would definitely be Medusa. All around. Just because I love the story. I love Greek mythology. And it's kind of a sad story, too, So Medusa, in my opinion, it's almost like she kind of got what she deserved, but she didn't really deserve it, but then she did. I think with that said and done, guys, I think we're done. Anything you guys want to say?
If you guys got any more mythical creatures that we missed out, or your favorite mythical creatures, please, if you're on YouTube, leave them in the comment section. If you're on Facebook, throw that up on our Facebook feed. And if you're on Twitter, tweeter that shit. I don't know, tweet, hashtag mythical creatures. I can't believe I just said hashtag. I'm very ashamed of myself. I need to take a shower and cry.
Welcome to the new age.
I guess.
You guys want to go snipe hunting?
Snipe hunting.
That's actually on the list of mythical creatures in North America.
All right, guys. With that said and done, we hope you enjoyed this episode 74. Remember, next week we will have a mini-boss episode. It's going to be a bigger topic.
Woohoo!
And we're going to tackle that bitch like we always do. We're getting close to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Episode 80, and then we take a little break and come back season 5. All right, guys, we appreciate you listening. We hope to see you next week, and stay sexy.
Always.
Peace!